Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon, guys. Mariel, Daniel y ya se conectó Emiliano. A ver, chicos, entonces, ¿quieren que hagamos un ensayo o ya nos vamos directamente a su presentación? ¿Ya están listos? ¿Ya creen que lo digan bien? ¿O quieren que hagamos como un ensayo y después ya los presentamos? ¿Qué prefieren?
Un ensayo.
¿Un ensayo, Dani? ¿Mariel? ¿Tú qué opinas, Mariel?
Pues, no lo sé.
O sea, ¿te da igual si es ya la presentación o el ensayo? Ya.
Pues sí, porque
Ajá.
sí, sí, me da lo mismo.
Ok. Emiliano.
Pues igual, como quieran.
Ok, pues entonces bueno, así por voto, pues yo creo que ganan Emiliano y Mariel, Dani. Entonces yo creo que te dejamos al último, Dani, para que estudies. Yo creo que lanzamos primero a Emiliano, después Mariel y después ¿cómo se llama? Daniel. Si tienen, obviamente hicieron presentación en PowerPoint, algún tipo de presentación, por favor mándenmela, chicos, para que la comparta yo porque ¿cómo se llama? Les digo que ahí tengo un poco complicado eso de permitir compartir pantalla, no sé cómo manejarlo aquí en el Zoom. Entonces, mándenme su información. Primero tú, Emiliano, tu presentación y la comparto y ya, para que sea más fácil, ¿no? ¿O cómo ven?
Sí, profe.
Sí.
Sí.
Entonces aquí la espero porque les digo que para compartir me decían que en los 3 puntitos, pero no sé cómo permitir compartir información. Bueno, presentación o algo así.
¿Ya se lo enviamos, profe? ¿O
Y ya envíenmelo, chicos.
sí?
Sí, ya, por favor. Please send me the information about your projects, guys. Ok, ya recibí la de Mariel. Envíame la tuya, Emiliano.
Ya, creo que ya.
A ver. Solo he recibido la de Mariel, Emiliano, no me llega la tuya. Creo que ya me llegó. Ok, voy a compartir la de Emiliano y ahorita la de Mariel, ¿ok? Espérenme tantito. ¿Ya la pueden ver, chicos?
Ya.
Ok. Entonces la voy a abrir pantalla, Emiliano, y cuando estés listo, el tema de tu presentación, A Brief History of Bands of the World since 66, ¿ok? Emiliano Benítez. A ver, Emiliano.
¿Ya?
Ajá, ya. Are you ready?
Creo.
Ok.
Good afternoon. Today I'm gonna present a brief history of bands of the world since 66.
Okay. Next page.
Yes.
Ok.
(1966), brothers Paul Van Doren and Jim Van Doren, along with partners Gordon Lee and Serge Delia, opened for business at 704 E Broadway in Anaheim, California on March 16. The Van Doren Rubber Company is unique in that it manufactures shoes of premise no, and sells them directly to the public. On that first morning, 12 customers purchased shoes, which are made that day and ready for pickup in the afternoon. ¿Qué sí?
¿Ya está? Me deja que aparezca.
Okay.
¿Era esa?
No sé, no se mueve en la pantalla.
Aquí ya las pasé. Early 1970s, ¿no? Ya está ahí.
Early 1970s.
Ajá.
Skateboarders who like bands, roots, makeup, and sticky soul are seen sporting bands all over Southern California. 1976. The band's number 95, now known as the era with a palette color and different color combination. It's designed by Tony Alba and Stacy Peralta and becomes the shoe of choice for a generation of skateboarders.
Okay, the next one, ready.
1978. The skate high was introduced in 1978 as Style 38 and showcased the now iconic band's side stripe on yet another innovative silhouette, as only the second model featuring the recognizable marker formerly known as the Jazz stripe. The skate high took skate functionality to the next level. The ankle, where skateboarders use and abuse their low extremities the most. The skate hike not only shielded bombs from skateboards catapulted at them, but also brought a whole new look to the park.
Okay.
1982. Vans classic slip-ons gain international attention and appeal when they are worn by Sean Penn in the film Fast Time at Richmond High.
Okay.
1995. Vans sponsored the Warped Tour for the first time. In 2001, Vans will buy a controlling interest in what is now the Vans Warped Tour, the longest running concert series in America.
Okay.
2001. Vans assist with the production of Dogtown and Set Boys. Stacy Peralta's look at the beginnings of the skateboarding and the personalities that evolved the sport. The film takes the Audience Award and Best Director Award at the Sundance Film Festival. The film is narrated by Sean Penn. Shortly after, the film will be released to the public, further cementing Vans' heritage in skateboarding.
Okay.
2006, Vans celebrates 40 years at the heart of youth culture. Long known as the leader in action sport footwear, Vans launches an extensive apparel collection for both men and women. Pro skater Anthony Van Engelen becomes the first team rider for Vans apparel.
Okay.
2010, Vans opens the House of Vans event space in Brooklyn, New York, with music by Public Enemy and a hard-charging bowl session headlined by skate legends Tony Alba, Steve Caballero, and Omar Hassan.
Okay.
2016. On March 16, to 2016, Vans celebrate 50 years of the wall heritage with the launch of the Story of Vans campaign. The historical multimedia campaign breaks records in viewership and is seen around the world in multiple languages, with a nod to the past and eyes on the future. Vans also expands the House of Vans by hosting the activations around the world to honor the brand's diverse history while welcoming newcomers to the Vans family.
Okay.
2017. After 51 years of moving across the herds of Southern California, Vans, the original action sports brand and the icon of creative expression, has settled into a new global headquarters in Costa Mesa, TA. The new office signals Vans' focus and continued growth and success.
Okay.
Thanks for attention.
Okay, Emiliano. I have some questions for your presentation, okay? The number one, the first question, Emiliano, what do you think is the key of the success of this enterprise, Emiliano? What do you think is the key? Do you know what is the meaning of key?
La llave, ¿no?
Ajá,
Bueno,
clave.
la clave. The key of this success was is because the bands are the best, was the best skateboarding shoes because are comfortable, are so resistant, and look so good.
Okay, it's fashionable. This kind of sport shoes is or are fashionable, do you think?
Yes.
Okay. In how many countries does this mark has representation, Emiliano? How many countries?
I think it have in America, Europe, and ¿cómo se dice Rusia?
Russia, in Russia.
In Russia.
How do you say this part of the world? No es Asia, ¿o sí? Asia? I don't think so.
Sí, Rusia es Asia.
Between Europe and Asia, no? Okay. And the last question, Emiliano, do you have tennis of this mark? How many? Yes. How many pairs do you have of this mark?
Now I just have one, the Chima Ferguson Skate Pro Shoes 2, but I had the Skate High, I had the Skate Low, and a lot of models of this mark.
Do you think the price of these shoes are available for all kind of people in the world? I mean, poor people, rich people. Do you think everybody can buy a pair of these shoes?
Yes, because are not expensive. It costs around 800 pesos, like $40, and are not expensive.
Okay, that's right, Emiliano. Thank you for your presentation. Let's go with Mariel. Are you ready, Mariel?
Sí, pero profe, bueno, ahorita casi no se veía la presentación de Emiliano. Bueno, en la mía no. ¿Cree que pueda enviarle mejor el archivo en PDF?
A ver, ajá, Mariel.
Sí, a ver.
Es que es presentación de PowerPoint y cuando yo la cambio aquí sí me aparece el cambio, pero creo que se tarda en llegarles, ¿no? El cambio de la...
Sí, un buen... A ver, ya se la envío.
A ver. Déjenme abrirla. ver, ahí va. Sí. ¿Ya la pueden ver?
Sí,
Yes.
Ok.
pero pues ahora de PowerPoint, ¿no?
Sí, a ver.
Creo. Bueno, ahí yo veo que dice PowerPoint.
Sí, está. Creo que es esta. ¿Ya, verdad?
Sí, profe.
Nada más que aquí no sé cómo expandirla. ¿O no se puede expandir aquí, Mariel? No.
No, creo que no, pero así bajándole yo creo que sí, ¿no?
Ok.
Soy muy grosera.
Ok, comenzamos, Mariel. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes. Good afternoon, class. My name is Mariel, and, and today I'm going to talk about sunflower. The botanical name is Helianthus. The Greek word helios means sun and anthus means flower. It is aptly named after the sun which it resembles. Origin. The history of the sunflower is very peculiar and crossed by various religious uses. It is native to the southern Mississippi area of the United States and north central Mexico. Mexico before Columbus, it was an important plant for civilizations that worship the sun. Archaeological studies say that civilization in Arizona and New Mexico began as early as 3000 before Christ. Some of this suggests that sunflower may have been grown before corn. However, in its place of origin today, it is not the most cultivated. Next, please.
Okay.
Description. Sunflowers have a large flower head, usually with a large, almost black central part, which is made up of thousands of tiny florets that later become seeds set in a spiral pattern. The petals are typically bright yellow, although some varieties are orange or red. Its stem is raw and hairy, while the leaves large and rough with coarse edges. Some flowers typically grow to between 1.5 and 3.5 meters, with some giant variants reaching up of the 8 meters. Next, please.
Okay.
Next, please. Growing process. Sunflower seeds should be sown in fertile, moist, well-drained soil that contains heavy mulch. They need full sun grow properly and develop beds in summer. They thrive when grown in large clusters as they shade the ground and keep out the roots cool and the ground damp for longer. These groups afford protection from the wind and can help support each other. Next, please.
Okay.
Care tips. Sunflowers are generally hardy plants and can withstand short, dry, or wet spells. It's important that they are not overwatered as this loosens the soil to the point that they can't support the weight of the large flower heads. Seeding need to be protected from snails until they are about 10 centimeters high. Tall plants can be established by tying individual plants to supporting sticks. Next, please.
Okay.
Mm, What is this for? Decor, cooking oils, and May paper. The sunflower is perfect plant to decorate gardens. It is usually planted to form borders, decorate an empty space as a ramp. Its fruits contain oil that is used for cooking. This oil is obtained once the pipes have been pressed. In addition, its steam can make paper. At more than 30 feet tall, the tallest sunflower on record so far grew in Germany, some 7 meters taller than the average sunflower, earning an entry in the Guinness Book of World Records in 2015. Next, please. Mhm. The, the importance of sunflower is that thanks to this plant, we have the world pollution to have a series of essential products in food quickly and cheaply. And at the same time, we have make this a less polluted world more illogical. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, Mariel, thank you very much. I have some questions for your presentation, Mariel. The first question, does this kind of flower is used in any special celebration in Mexico's country? Does this kind of flower is used in any special celebration in Mexico, Mariel? Mariel, está apagado tu micrófono, Mariel.
Yo hablando. Yes, because you um, can give to boyfriend and girlfriend in a special day.
Okay. For example, if you has a birthday party celebration, do you think is correct that some friend of you give you some flowers?
Yes,
Okay. Do you like the sunflowers, Mariel?
yes, are beautiful.
Okay. It's your favorite flower, the sunflower, or do you have
Yes.
any other favorite flower?
No, yes.
Okay.
My favorite flower is sunflower.
Okay. Do you think the oil sunflower is healthier than any other kind of oil in the healthy food, Maria?
Um, yes,
Why?
because can be healthy. No, because it's natural.
It's a kind of natural oil. ¿Qué más?
And mm, ¿qué más puede ser? Is not do eh, much hard to help.
Okay. If you go to the store, if you go to the store and you have to buy oil for the cooking, this kind of oil or sunflower oil is cheaper or is expensive, more expensive than any other kind of oils, Maria, for the kitchen or for cooking.
Is more expensive.
Do you think all kind of people can buy this kind of oil?
¿Cómo me dijo, perdón?
Do you think everybody or all kind of people of the Mexican mothers can buy this kind of oil?
No,
Why?
because it's expensive for the families.
Okay. Sometimes the family only have little money or don't have much money to buy this kind of products. Okay. So it's natural the oil, but it's more expensive, you said. So I think not all the kind of people can buy this kind of oil because it's expensive. Okay. Sometimes the people doesn't have the money to buy this kind of oil, but I think it's healthier than any other kinds of oils. Okay, Mariel?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Vamos con Daniel. Daniel, are you ready for your presentation? Igual está apagado tu micrófono, Dani. Mándame send me your presentation on WhatsApp, Daniel, please, to share it in the Zoom meeting.
Voy, profe, voy.
Mariel, pay attention to the Daniel's presentation because you have to ask a question to Daniel at the end of the presentation, okay? You have to write a question for Daniel at the end of his presentation, Mariel. Pay attention.
Okay.
Ok, ya me llegó Daniel. Ok, ¿ya la pueden ver la presentación, chicos? Can you see the presentation in the screen, guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, Daniel, are you ready?
Creo que sí.
Ok, comenzamos. Let's go.
Mexico, the country with the most stray dogs.
Ok.
Next, please.
Ya está, Dani.
Ah, es que yo no lo veo.
¿No la tienes aparte en tu cel o algo así?
Sí, sí, sí.
Ah, ok. No importa, aunque no se cambie, yo te digo cuando ya esté para que se quede grabada en la clase y ya está. Ok.
Okay. About 50,000 and cats are abandoned each year in Mexico. A part of them are a quicker has Christmas, their Kings and Valentine's Day gifts, but months later the owner lost interest in them.
Ok.
The main reason for the abandonment of dogs and cats are the behavior of the animals that for many people are undesirable, and that regarding the breed. People feel disappointment when they realize that the pet they bought is not what they expect.
Ok.
The neglect is very noticeable in months after the festival. From March to July, the puppies begin to grow in the survival. How those dogs live in the street? Stray dogs are not a problem in themselves. The real downside is when there is bad relationship between dogs and people.
Ok.
In addition to being at the mercy of the sun, rain, and cool at night, a stray dog is hungry and thirsty. By not having a bowl of food and clean water available, they are exposed to diseases, mistreatment by people, to cause or be a victim of accident. The few years that he managed to live, he spent on a protect and in much surfing. And if he is not neutered, he will bring into the world more puppies that will quite possibility in the same condition. It, it is estimated that there are around 28 million, of which 70 are the street, a figure that grows 20 annually. About the purchase you have adopted is, it is an act of human courage and really saving in a life, and in addition you educate. 75% of trees canis have not received a king or their moving in their entire lives, which becomes a rise to public health and source on infection for other dogs. Be part of the solution. Follow these tips and avoid contributing to the suffering of stray dogs. Be a responsible owner. Do not let your dog run the street in his outside. He must be a leash on under your supervision. Remember to neuter him and his vacation ships on today. Don't get a dog if you are not ready to take responsibility. If you buy a dog, you must take sure that it will if your lifestyle in terms of size and activity level. Remember to neuter him and have his vacation ships up to date.
Okay. That's
Thank you
all.
your attention,
Okay.
please.
I have some questions for your presentation, Danny. Uh, have you adopted any kind of these stray dogs, Danny? Have you adopted any kind of these dogs?
Perdón, profe, no escuché muy bien.
The question is, have you adopted any kind of stray dog? Do you have in your home or at home, do you have at home a stray dog, Danny?
Yes,
How many?
because
How many stray dogs do you have?
mm, dogs.
How many dogs do you have, Danny, at home?
All kind to dogs.
Okay. How many? ¿Cuántos do you have?
For example, 2 dogs in your home.
Okay. You have 2 dogs. Mariel, the question, please.
Yo a Daniel, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
A ver, ¿cuál sería buena? What do you think of people that abandon their pets?
The question is for you, Daniel. What do you think about the people that abandoned this kind of dogs, Daniel?
I think to abandon dogs very big, because in your home is very little.
Okay. Do you have another question, Mariel?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know any shelter for abandoned animals?
Danny, do you know any shelter, abandoned animals? Do you know what is the meaning of shelter, Danny?
No.
Es refugio, ¿verdad, Mariel?
Yes.
Ajá. ¿Conoces algún refugio? Do you know any shelter in Mexico or in Estado de México, Danny, about the stray dogs?
In the city, I know
A shelter?
a shelter,
Do,
because
do you remember the name of this shelter?
si recuerdo el nombre de all this shelter.
Del refugio. Ajá. ¿Sí te
No.
No, you don't remember. Okay. I have less than a minute, guys. Thank you for the presentations. The time is over. Don't forget, tomorrow you have to present the exam, okay? The final exam. Please send me the homework in the platform, please. All the homework, do you have to send me? Do you have to hand in? Okay, so tomorrow at 5 o'clock is the final exam, guys. You have to study, because each one part of the grammar box in each unit, okay? Because this is the exam about the grammar boxes in the each one of the unit. Unit 9.